huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Hi, I'm Jo from J.H.Leather, and in this episode of Tool Time, we're talking all about crew punches. So these punches are also known as Oblong punches, and they are used for attaching buckles to straps. They can also be used if you want to attach a loop into leather, like what I have done here on this notebook. When it comes down to size, there are many different sizes to choose from. Now, traditionally, they were numbered in the 30s. For example, 35, 36, 37. The reason for this is because back in the day, when they were numbered like that, they had circular punches that were numbered in the 10s and oval punches that were numbered in the 20s, and so the crews fell into the 30s sector. Today, however, punches are usually measured in millimeters or inches, so it is a lot easier to see the size of the punch that you are actually purchasing. Sizes of the crews that I have are a 35 to a 38. So these are actually half an inch, 5/8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 7/8 of an inch long. Or, if you work in millimeters, they are 12 millimeters, 16 millimeters, 19 millimeters, and 22 millimeters. When it comes to what size do you need for a crew punches, it is very much dependent on the buckle, and more specifically, the tongue of the buckle. So these are two 1-inch wide buckles, and as you can see, the size of the tongue are very different. So a crew that would fit one won't fit the other. When it comes to picking the size of crew that you actually need for your buckle, the best method is always going to be to do a test punch first. That way you can see if the crew that you think will work, and if it is too big or too small, you can then go up or down or size from there. After a while of using crew punches over and over again, you should instinctively know or get a feel for what crew you need, and when you do, you can then use the second method that I like to use, which is where you roll the buckle tongue along the crew. This way you can see if it's going to be wide enough and if it's going to be long enough. However, if you need to, you can still do a test punch. So a handy tip that I have picked up over the years is to actually use a number 6 or a 3mm edge tool and edge out the back of the crew hole once you've punched it. This is going to help the buckle tongue fit nice and snug in the turn, and you're going to get a nice close fitting when you stitch it. Another method that I like to use when marking out crews is to draw a tram line either side of the centre of the crew punch. Now this is going to mean that you get straight crews every time. Skillshare are the sponsors of this video, and this time they're giving the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description a whole month of free premium membership. That means you've got an entire month to watch some of the amazing videos available on Skillshare. They've got classes in photography, filmmaking, illustration, graphic design, marketing, and many, many more. One class that I think you will enjoy and learn a lot from is DIY product photography with Rachel and Daniel from Mango Street. So this class is going to be great for you if you want to take your own photos of your leatherwork for your Instagram page, your Etsy store, or your website. And as Skillshare is made specifically for learning, there are no ads and new premium classes are being launched all the time. Best of all, the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description are going to get 1 month free trial of premium membership. So if you're like me and you love learning, go ahead and check them out because there are some awesome classes on there that you will really enjoy watching. So once you have your crew punches, you're going to want them to be nice and sharp to get the best out of them. And now I'll show you how I go about sharpening my crew punches. As you can see, the crew punches have a slightly tapered edge to them, so we need to keep that in mind when we are sharpening. What I like to use is wet and dry paper, and I will use varying grits, working my way down to a real fine 1000 grit paper. Now you can also use diamond plates or an oil stone for this sharpening method. So what we're going to do is hold the crew so that that tapered edge is going to be in contact with our sharpening surface, and we're going to draw the crew back towards us. We're going to work that all the way around, rotating the crew punch, making me work all the edges of the punch. So it's possible that you're going to get some burred edges on the inside of your crew when using the sharpening method, so we're going to need to get rid of those. Now you can either use a fine file or some folded up wet and dry paper for this. Alternatively, you can use a piece of leather that you can run up and down the inside of the crew punch. So once you've worked your way through the grits, we're going to want to do some fine polishing. So we're going to be doing this on the strop board. Now I use a mix of tallow and carborundum powder on my strop board, but you can use any polishing compound that you like. What we're going to do is, using the same method, we're going to draw that crew punch towards us, working all around the edge of the punch. And now once you have your crew nice and sharp, if you need to give it a fine polish once in a while, this would be the method to do it, rather than going through all of the different grits of sandpaper or diamond plates, for example. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching and you have learned something new, and if you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos and tutorials. And if you have any questions, please drop a comment below, and I shall see you in the next video.